folks, it looks like we finally got some answers. The White House mystery has finally been uncovered, and I gotta admit, I'm kind of irritated by all of this. And I'll tell you why in just a moment, but let me start by saying this. Back in my day, which wasn't that long ago, when the White House made a statement, it usually meant something. It was something to be taken seriously. The White House wouldn't put out jokes and memes and stuff like that. They wouldn't be trolling online in the way that they do nowadays. Now, I'm not complaining. Some of the stuff is funny, but sometimes it kind of throws me off. Because look, back in my day, which like I said, wasn't that long ago, when you heard from the White House or the president after dark, it was because there was some sort of special event. Like maybe the president is addressing the nation or something along those lines, right? Like when you heard from the president at nighttime, it was a big deal. But, you know, the addresses, the speeches, those would usually be around like 8 or 9 o'clock at night. Now, if you heard from the president or the White House after 12-ish, late into the night, then you already knew something bad was happening. Because the White House and the president, they wouldn't release statements or address the nation at 1 o'clock in the morning to tell everyone that everything is going great. No, it always meant that there was something bad happening, right? I mean, just a few weeks ago, President Trump addressed the nation about the military campaign in Iran, right? He addressed everyone at like 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the morning when that was going down. So usually, when you get these late night statements, these late night posts, when you're hearing from the White House or the president late night, it usually doesn't mean something good. Let's just put it like that. Now, on Wednesday, the White House social media accounts, they were posting like everything was normal. Just a normal day. And then around 10 or 11 o'clock at night, they posted this weird video that was quickly deleted, a woman saying that something is about to launch. And then hours later at around 1 o'clock or so in the morning, they uploaded this weird video. You hear this ding sound. You see the American flag, but it looks like the stripes are going the wrong way. And everyone was getting worried. Was the White House hacked? What is going on here? Are they trying to send us a message? I reported all of that to you guys when it happened on Wednesday night. And then Thursday came. We got no explanation for the weird behavior. The White House went back to posting like normal. And then as it got later into the day, they started posting all of these weird pixelated posts, no explanation at all. And once again, it was getting people worried because we're at war right now. There's a lot of tension in the world right now. A lot of people are on edge, and rightfully so. So when the White House is posting out at 1 o'clock in the morning and deleting videos talking about launching stuff, people are assuming they're talking about launching missiles. When the White House is posting weird, cryptic, pixelated photos at 1 o'clock in the morning while we're at war in the Middle East, and they're telling us, oh, there's threats of hacking and cyber attacks and all this other crazy stuff, of course you're going to get people worried, right? So for the past 2 days, the White House was posting all of this weird stuff. Everyone's questioning what's going on until today. Because late last night, the White House posted another weird video after I put my video out. And if you play the audio and the video backwards, it said that there was going to be a big announcement today. And here's where I get really irritated. Sorry, I don't find this funny. I don't find this cool. I'm not, like, offended by this. I'm not triggered by this. Oh, my God, I'm angry. But I kind of find this to be kind of stupid. It's really irritating. Because for the past couple of nights, they've been putting out this weird stuff, getting everyone worked up, getting everyone I understand that maybe you weren't exposed to it, but on social media, especially on X, people are going crazy over this stuff. But it turns out that they did all of this. All of this was to promote a new White House app. For 2 days straight, in the middle of the night, 1 o'clock in the morning and stuff, they're posting these weird cryptic videos, these weird photos. Mind you, this is the White House. This is not Universal Studios. This is not Paramount Studios. This is not Netflix hyping up a new movie. This is not PlayStation or Nintendo promoting a new video game. This is the White House in the time of war, uploading weird, concerning videos and pictures to hype up the release of a White House app that no one, and I mean no one, I'm sure I'll have one person in the comments saying, Phil, technically I care. No one gives a damn about this White House app. And I say that as someone, I am not a Trump hater. I do not have TDS. I say this as just me being a normal, honest person. It's not a good look in the time of war to be uploading and then deleting weird videos about launching stuff and posting all of these cryptic posts just to promote a freaking app, a White House app. It's so unserious and so uncalled for, and it's irritating. Because if you want to promote a White House app, if you have a new app for the White House, how about at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, just say, hey, everyone, we have a new app, a new White House app. If you're interested, download the app. That simple. Don't post weird, creepy videos at 1 o'clock in the morning for 2 or 3 nights straight to guerrilla market for this app. Because all of the people who were confused and kind of creeped out, weirded out, looking at these weird cryptic posts, not a single one of them want to download the White House app. I can tell you that not a single fiber in my being wants to download the White House app. And I'm irritated that the last 2 or 3 nights they've been doing this weird stuff, getting everyone on edge just to launch some stupid app. Yes, Tiffany, the answer is yes. They did all of that cryptic, weird nonsense just to promote this app. An app that they're telling people to download so you can get your news directly from the White House instead of independent news sources or maybe some of the YouTubers or streamers you watch. No, they don't want that. They want you getting your info directly from the White House app because they're definitely going to tell you the truth about everything, right? And it's weird because in order for people to download this app, they have to have faith in the government, right? They're telling you, hey, don't trust everyone else. Trust us. Download this app and get your information from us. But don't you think that you went the wrong way about doing this? You promoted this app using weird cryptic posts that made people trust the government even less. It made people skeptical. It made people kind of weirded out. Okay? You promoted this app in a very weird, strange way, and then you think people are going to feel comfortable downloading it? Hey, trust us. Get your information from us. By the way, we couldn't just promote this app to you outright. We had to do this weird guerrilla marketing campaign for 2 or 3 days where we literally made people think that we were launching nukes and our accounts got hacked and all of this other weird stuff. Now, if you look into the app, look, you guys can download it if you want to. Look, I'm not downloading that app, I can tell you that. It already gave me a bad taste in my mouth the way they tried to market it to us and how they played games with us for the past 2 days. Well, if you go to look at the app, you will quickly see that it wants to access your microphone. So this app where you're supposed to go look at news from the White House, they want access to your microphone for some reason. I guess they want to listen in on you.
Not sure if you saw the news, but Fox News is claiming President Trump is declining in the polls. President Trump responded and says Fox News polls can't be trusted. Now, Newsmax is conducting its own poll on President Trump's job performance. It takes just a minute to vote, so let us know what you think if President Trump is doing a good job. We at Newsmax want to know your opinion, so make sure you vote and your voice is heard. Vote today.
But also, it requires your location. If you want to get news articles from the White House that you can get on Google, download the White House app so we can track your location 24/7 just to give you our pre-approved news to make sure it went through all of the proper filters and, you know, there's nothing in there that makes us look bad. This is ridiculous. And I say that, like I said earlier, I'm not a Trump hater, far from it. But this has to be one of the dumbest things I've seen from the White House in a very long time. Scaring people with all of the weird photos and videos to promote an app that no one wants to download. An app that's going to give us news, and when we can get better news elsewhere from sources that are less biased. And then the app tracks you and wants access to your microphone and access to all of this data just so you can get White House news? Are they freaking serious? It's a bad look. It's a bad look, and I think people need to start being honest with themselves when things are a bad look. It doesn't matter if your guy's in office or your guy's in office, maybe you like him or you support her. It doesn't matter. If something is a bad look, it's a bad look. If something doesn't play out right, it doesn't play out right. And people need to feel comfortable calling that stuff out. Plain and simple. It doesn't mean you're a traitor or you hate this person or you hate this person. If something's stupid and ridiculous, it's stupid and ridiculous. And this app and how they went about promoting this app, it's stupid and ridiculous. Now, if this was an app for an online game, from a gaming company, I would say genius marketing. If this was something from some sort of entertainment company, cool, this is the White House. We don't need cryptic 1 a.m. post with our flag looking weird and inverted and stuff. We don't need that at 1 o'clock in the morning to promote your stinking White House app. But I'm going to go ahead and stop ranting about this because I can go all day long. I want to hear from you guys. Did you download the app? Do you think this is a good idea? Do you think they should have went about promoting it differently? How do you all? There's been something strange going on at the White House for the last couple of days, or at least there's been something strange involving the social media accounts, the official White House social media accounts. Now, I don't know if they're trolling or if they're trying to promote something. All I know is that the timing right now, it's not good timing to be doing some of the things that they're doing. It's really making people feel uneasy. I mean, we're in the middle of a war right now in the Middle East. Over the past week or two, multiple U.S. Air Force bases and Army bases have had to shelter in place because of unidentified drones flying over their bases. A few days ago, unidentified drones were flying over the living quarters, the residences of Marco Rubio, Pete Hegseth, and other high-ranking officials in our government and in our military. Yet the White House social media account, either they're getting hacked or they're playing games, I don't know. As I reported to you last night, they uploaded a short video. It seemed like a mistake, but it was a video. It was only 4 or 5 seconds long of a woman saying, it's launching soon, like something is about to launch. Now, when you...
Movement is a gift. Find joy in walking, dancing, and any other outdoor activities.
I like walking because it gets me outside.
This morning, after the White House posted all of that weird stuff last night, I woke up this morning thinking that we would get an explanation, right? Like, oh, the account.
What's going on? Okay. Why is there blood on the floor?
Because they're
Huh?
Officers have just arrived at a quiet suburban home after reports of a violent home invasion. Inside, they find two bodies, a mother and her boyfriend, both shot dead. The only survivor is 16-year-old Julia Egler, also known as Jasper.
I told her I will never. I'll never get to.
At first, detectives believe it's exactly what it looks like. A robbery gone wrong. A teenager who barely made it out alive. But they would be horribly mistaken.
What happened to your hand?
Oh, that's an old scar. Don't ask me questions. Pretty sure.
These officers are growing suspicious, and Julia doesn't see it coming.
It's so funny. I was such like Sigma male back when I was a little kid. Yeah.
Because beneath the surface of this picture-perfect parent-child relationship, something dark had been building for years.
She'd be like, okay, you're not a real boy, and blah, blah, and all, the whole spiel of transphobic stuff.
Is she misgendering you?
Yeah.
Was Julia a grieving child who had just lost everything? Or was something far more sinister hiding behind those tears?
There's other people going to look at this interview, and they're going to want to know, is this a monster over here, or is this somebody who made a terrible mistake? Did you hurt your mom and Matthew today?
Theoretically speaking, let's say that it was me, right?
On July 7th in Palm Bay, Florida, police received a frantic 911 call from a teenager claiming her home had just been invaded.
He broke into the house and I didn't have time to answer the phone, so I...
Do you know who the man is?
No, I don't know who it was.
Is he still in there?
I don't think so. I waited. I hid in my room for like a really long time. I don't even know how long it's been.
Okay, take a deep breath. You haven't heard them in a while, right?
Oh,
Was there only one person that you saw?
that I saw, yeah, there's one person.
Okay, and where are you in the house right now?
I'm just in the living room.
Okay, we already have help on the way, so just take a deep breath, okay?
My mom, I think, I heard.
We have officers coming. Hey, take a deep breath. The people that you're hearing, we have 2 officers there, okay? You still have your dogs with you?
They're just still in my room. I didn't let them out. I didn't want them getting blood all over their paws.
Right. Did you say blood all over their paws?
Yeah, 'cause
Is there blood inside your house?
yes.
Whose blood is it?
My mom, from what I heard when I was hiding in my room, I should have warned her to call my phone. If I had been able to grab the phone, then...
No, nothing is your fault. If someone broke into your house, nothing is your fault.
Police respond immediately. Within minutes, officers arrive at Julia's home, stepping into something none of them will ever forget.
Hello. How you doing?
We're 10-12.
What's going on? Okay. Why is there blood on the floor?
Because they're...
Huh? What? You okay? Are you okay? Are you bleeding?
No.
Who's bleeding?
I'm lonely.
Come outside. Come outside. Come outside. What is going on? Why is that door smashed?
Someone came.
Should we get the 2? Can we have medical respond? We have blood on the floor.
Who's bleeding? Where's your mom? Stay here. Stay here. Hey. It was 10:33. Somebody stay out here with her.
Cover you up.
Just have a seat right here, right? Yep. You got doors to the right.
Virginia, we are counting on you. Republicans want to steal enough seats in Congress to rig the next election and wield unchecked power for 2 more years. But you can stop them by voting yes by April 21st.
Very great. Tag Mobile. Send you the box, send you the flyer, send you the phone. I got a free Apple.
Where's the right? Okay. I got this one right here. Got a body. Clear, coming out. Hey, something. Body on the bathroom floor.
Inside, officers find the body of 38-year-old Kelly McCollum, Julia's mother, shot to death. Just feet away, Kelly's boyfriend, 22-year-old Matthew Sedgrock, had been shot and stabbed repeatedly with a butcher's knife. Outside, Julia sat on the front lawn, distraught. To everyone present, she looked exactly what she claimed to be, a teenager who had just survived the home invasion.
Just have a seat right here, right? You okay?
I don't know. I mean, physically, I guess, but... Please help me. I just grabbed the phone.
Did you just grab the phone in time?
They're in my room. No, they're just in my room.
Is the door to your room open?
No, they're closed.
Okay. Are you hurt anyway?
No. Okay, but I wish Jacob was here. Yeah, 43.
Hey, what's your name?
Julia.
Huh?
Julia Eckler.
Julia Eckler?
Eckler.
Eckler? Okay, who do you live here with, hon? Your mom, are you okay? Are you injured at all?
Physically, no.
No? Okay. Who else lives here? Just your mom?
Her boyfriend was around a lot.
Her boyfriend? What's his name?
Matthew.
Matthew? Was there any arguments or anything tonight?
Between who?
Between
me and my mom just talking before.
you have
I should have told her I loved her. I should have told her I loved her. I'll never get to her. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me.
Do you have any other family or anything? No?
No, my brother, please. He's in his 20s. He lives in Louisiana. My dad's in Texas.
Okay.
Not 54, I don't believe so.
Can I tell you something? Your mom knows that you love her. I promise.
I should have said it more.
It's okay.
I'm so sorry. It's not a very manly thing to do.
I apologize for having feelings. It's okay. You need to throw up. Throw up, okay?
Yeah, don't.
Nobody's gonna judge you for that, right?
For that. Absolutely not.
course. Absolutely. There's no judgment here. Just love. Okay?
If I have another unit coming on scene, can they go to the 3 side?
I'll send them over there.
Sorry.
Sorry if they went away. Please don't apologize. Okay? And tell us what you need and we'll hear from you, okay?
What if your rent could pay itself? Dropshipping with Ollie Dropship is simple from day one. You get a free...
With more officers now arriving on scene, the focus shifts to piecing together exactly what happened inside that home.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, she's sobbing. I should have said I love you more. She knows my mom's dead already. She said that they got into a fight tonight.
Nicole's talking to her, so probably calm her down a bit. Let's hope.
Is this you guys, do you think?
No, that was not us, because we did not step in any blood. We were very careful.
Does he have shoes on?
Yeah, he's wearing sneakers.
His look like, these look like Converse. Those look like Converse. Yeah, those are, I think, daughters.
Is daughter wearing shoes?
I believe so. I believe she's wearing Converse.
I don't see, there's a bunch of empty shells in there, but I don't see a 0.
Probably under him. We'll just leave it.
Yeah. There's the keys to the truck are right there next to him. Spent shell casings. Knife.
Yeah, there's a big butcher knife in there.
Yeah.
Right outside the door, there's an axe where he broke the glass. There's shell casings outside the back door.
Upstairs, there's shell casings outside of the sliding glass door.
Well, it's actually a bunch of rounds. See now, Signal 7, kitchen floor. Now, Signal 7 in the bathroom. He's got shell casings in there, and also a butcher knife in there. Outside the back door, there's an axe with a sledgehammer where he busted the door in. There's shells, not spent, but there's rounds outside the back door, which look like the same ones that are in the bathroom. But there's like 3 or 4 of these shell casings in the bathroom. And then the male is 7 in the bathroom, the female's 7 in the kitchen.
So, female is in the kitchen floor. Male is in this room over here.
The bathroom.
It doesn't look like it.
Shell casings are by him. Looks like murder.
211 on the
Is he
23
really
right now.
busted into the screen door in the back?
Alright, yeah, there's an axe back there on the floor.
Once they clear,
They're in the
Yeah, she's the daughter of the female.
not the male.
I don't believe so.
I don't know.
The boyfriend hangs out
There-
a lot.
Copy.
And there is history of DV
Yeah, I guess
between
there's
the
history
two.
out here.
Just Kirsten was our last call out here. I can go check the history.
Signal, we had a signal lady here a couple months ago.
Which was her.
She was signal late a couple weeks ago.
116.
Well, they got a ring camera.
You can't really tell the way they're both laying. You can't really tell. Can't really tell
There
the
is
way
a
they're laying
camera
where
over the garage door.
where the wounds are inflicted based on the way they're both laying. It's hard to see.
And her only family is brother in Louisiana.
Last incident was at 22 in April 8th.
And she's how 16, 17, something like that.
Based on the scene, officers incorrectly conclude that Matthew had broken into the home, killed Kelly, and turned the weapon on himself. With that theory forming, Julia is moved to the driveway, where she gives her account of what happened that night.
You live here? Yeah. He lives here with you. Your mom? Her boyfriend picked out around here a lot. Who's her boyfriend? Who? Matthew? How long have you been together? About a year now. Okay. Were you asleep? No? Okay. That's kind of what? When it started. What started? When he came up.
Matthew came up to the window?
No, I don't know who it was.
You don't know who it was? Okay. This front window right here?
Those, their glass sliding doors are back. The door was close to that.
Where was your mom at?
Her and her boyfriend were out. They were buying either toothpaste or that.
And so they were out when you heard this person come up to the window? Okay. Did you call your mom and tell her?
I couldn't call anyone because I didn't have time to press the phone. I ran to the room and there was a hammer by the back. And he used that to smash the back door, and I don't think he knew that it was unlocked, but that's why I was in such a rush to get the dogs to my room, because I knew that he could just open the door and come in.
Okay, so this guy smashed the back window while you're inside. And did you call 911?
I didn't have my phone.
Okay.
I couldn't do it.
Okay. So you should stay in your room. Okay.
I was so scared. I couldn't take myself out there. I couldn't do anything. It was so loud. And then,
what was loud?
It was so quiet. The silence. I heard.
What was loud? Like yelling?
No, I think I heard gunshots.
Okay.
When I heard those, I knew someone had died. I could feel it, you know? I don't know if that sounds stupid, but I just...
So how long ago did you hear these gunshots?
Like, an hour-ish, maybe more. I couldn't tell how much time passed. It just felt like so long. The silence was so loud. I couldn't take it anymore when I came out. I'm sorry.
You're okay. It's very understandable. It's a very traumatic and shocking event. What did you see when you came out?
Something now. A bloody mess.
Okay. Did you see anything other than blood?
Well, there's those two words in there.
Two people?
Yeah, my mom and her boyfriend.
Who killed them?
I don't know. I don't know who he was. I'm so sorry, but I should just been braver, faster. And he should still be here right now. That's basically it. I couldn't handle looking at them like that.
According to Julia, an intruder smashed the sliding glass door with a hammer to force entry. She grabbed her two dogs, locked herself in her bedroom, and waited. An hour later, her mum and Matthew arrived home, and that's when she heard it all unfold.
Take your bra off and switch to this one now. This bra lifts your bust like no other.
She hid for another hour before calling 911. It was a detailed, believable story, but while Julia was telling it, detectives were walking through that house, and what they were finding told a very different story.
You looking for more projectiles? Yep. There's one right here in the doorway. But that's the only, I mean, he came in the back. Yeah. So this has to be...
Yeah, that's weird.
It's gotta be. Right there. Yep. Yep, right there. Yep. 25 so there's two. So he must have been shooting as he came in. I think...
But the casings are in the bathroom.
Yeah, but there's a casing right... Or there's a...
Right.
Pick the casings up. I think he was waiting for her. Look where her backpack's there, her shoes are off.
Alright.
Like, she comes in, takes her shoes off, sets her backpack down. She's gonna have a shot on that right-hand side. She walks in the door, and then he comes out. He's sitting over here. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then he walks this way. Unless it's under her hair, but.
She didn't wear a flashlight or anything? I didn't ask too many questions. I was more just, you're okay. Stop apologizing. Mom knows you love her. And she's like, I should have said it more to her. And so she's already talking in the past tense. So, I mean, there's a lot of shell casings. I honestly, you would have thought she heard a lot.
Should have been like a lot.
You see, but if they argue all the time, people might not have gotten any other one. And it's
I think the dogs were locked in the bedroom with her already.
That's the case too. People just thought it was fireworks.
With suspicions now growing, detectives begin confronting Julia directly, pointing out details of her story that don't make any sense.
Is there guns inside the home? It was. It was? Where did it go? No. How do you know it's not there anymore? I don't know. I just... I went into my mom's room and I called her. So whoever broke in came and took the gun. That's what it says, yeah. Yeah.
What happened to your hand?
Oh, that's an old scar.
An old scar? How'd you get that?
I think one day, I was coming home from just going out on a walk or going somewhere, and I broke the window to get in because the door was locked and Mom wasn't home.
Oh, okay. How long ago was that?
A few months-ish. You're asking a question.
No.
Something like your clothes or anything? Don't ask me questions. Pretty sure she's interested in the moment I think she was talking about stuff. I told Monica that she got out of her DNA, but she drank out of it. Yeah. Yes.
And he's gonna search her again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey Julia, did anyone check you? I just want to double check you and make sure there's nothing on you, no weapons or anything like that, just for everyone's safety, okay? Do you mind standing up for me, hon? Alright, and if you just turn around, put your hands right here on that thing right there, okay? Right here. Yeah. You're not in trouble or anything, but this is just for everybody.
Sensing the pressure, Julia begins grasping for explanations, desperately trying to point detectives towards anyone who might have had a reason to do this.
My mom said that, do you remember when I told you that her boyfriend used to live over there? And who lives over there is Matthew's brother and like his family and stuff. My mom told me once that they were really into like drugs and stuff. I don't know if it was someone who had some kind of like grudge and came after them, or because they didn't really seem like they. This is just me like thinking out loud. Yeah, but they didn't really seem like they wanted me in particular. It was like, because if you think about it, I know that there was some dogs and stuff barking, and you don't want to go into a room with a pit bull in it. That's obviously a dumb thing to do. But like when you think about it, a pit bull you don't know if it's, pit bulls, their reputation, whatever. But I don't know. It's just me thinking, like really racking my brain about it. But I genuinely don't know. It's just speculation, I guess.
So what you're saying is when they were in the house, it didn't seem like, did you think they knew you were there?
Well, I think they saw me, but I don't think I didn't really pay attention to, I was mostly focusing on getting my dogs and me out of trouble, right? Because I've had them for years and love them with all my heart. I mean, I'll be honest, if the house caught fire and I was stuck in my room, I'd break the window and I'd let them out first before jumping out myself. I love those dogs with all my heart. So that's why they were the first things I grabbed.
So you think he saw you grab the dogs and go in your room?
I think, I'm not sure. But I wasn't like, trying to look at his. Sorry, respect. I think he might have saw me. I mean, it is a fully glass.
Right.
So I'm assuming he saw me.
You need full dentures but can't deal with the endless expensive dentist visits? You need to see this. I used to hide my mouth every time I laughed. I'd avoid...
Assuming he saw me.
So why do you think it is that he didn't come after you? The dogs. You sure that everything he told me is the whole truth, nothing but so help you God? Sorry, yes?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just...
Oh, I got you.
The detective isn't buying it. After hours of questioning, Julia is taken back to the station, but while waiting in the lobby, she lets a detail slip in casual conversation with an officer, one that contradicts everything she had just told detectives.
Alright.
Yeah, it's... I don't know what's up in my ears, kind of messing with me.
Did you get in the ear or something lately?
No, I think the loud noises kind of mess with me a little bit.
Are you listening to music too loud or something?
No, it's, it was the loud noises from, the gunshots
What gunshots?
at my house. All the, it's been happening there, so.
Do you want to fill me in?
Basically, someone broke into my house and some things happened and some loud gunshots. So yeah, I think that's what's making this ringing. Well, they don't have tinnitus now.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I do, but it might just be a little bit of backlash I might have for a day or two. What I'm hoping.
How close were you to the gunshots?
I was in a different room, but it was still loud enough.
Must have been a pretty big gun then.
Not really. It was just...
Julia tells officers she's been experiencing ringing in her ears from the gunshots. The problem is, if she had truly been locked in another room with the door closed, that simply isn't possible. You would have to be a lot closer to the gun than Julia was claiming. And as she sits in that lobby, her demeanor only deepens the suspicion, barely acting like someone whose mother had been murdered just hours earlier.
It's actually really stupid. The reason that I broke my wrist instead of hitting any other place is, listen to this, I didn't want to ruin my handsome face. I didn't want to land on my face and ruin it, so
I'll sacrifice my hand.
Yeah, I'll sacrifice my hand. That's literally what I did. God, I was such a jerky tween. It's so funny. I was such like Sigma male back when I was a little kid, because my priorities were so weird. So like, first it was don't ruin the face, and then second,
don't ruin the hand.
Yeah. No, it was I didn't care about my hand at all. The thing was, this is where the ego comes in. Oh, even more than not wanting to ruin my face. What I did was, of course, my mom was watching because she was just watching Two Kids Be Dumb, and she starts running down the long hill that I just came down, and my buddy is like chasing after her to come see if I'm okay or not. Because I just ate it on the road, and I slid like 6 feet. So I sit up, and I'm like winded, and I'm seeing colors and everything, and it's terrible. And it takes a second for it to hurt, and that's when you know it's really gonna hurt. When it takes like a 3-second delay, and then I look down at my wrist and I'm like, and I don't even cry. Like it's so weird. I just started like hyperventilating, obviously, because I'm trying to get the wind back. And my mom comes down and kneels down, and she's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, because the reason I did that, the reason I didn't cry, I was so determined not to cry, and I didn't shed a single tear because my buddy was coming, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna look weak. I'm gonna look like a dumbass." So I couldn't risk my ego being in the slightest bit fractured by crying in front of my buddy. So I was just kind of like,
Sounds about right.
Okay. And I just like walked up to the house like this, like limping, and walking up to the house.
You gotta go to Running Zone. That place is great.
For what?
You walk barefoot in front of them, and then they pick out shoes for you.
I think that's just a free way to get footfinder.com for them.
Whoa!
We're gonna set up this camera and watch your gait.
Hey, don't talk about her that way. She is a nice lady. She has analyzed my feet several times.
Yeah, she heavily analyzed.
Okay.
Yeah, I do my nails, but I don't do my feet. I'm a little bit too emo to not paint my nails.
Email?
Yeah, I'm a little bit too emo.
AOL, Gmail, Yahoo.
Oh yeah.
What is it?
Yeah, I'm a hotmail. Yeah. You kind of did the Sigma mail thing I did. Where I'm just like,
Do you know what a rotary phone is?
I mean, I've heard about it, but like, I've heard about it in history books, but
What about floppy disks?
Oh yeah. You're gonna hate me for this, but
I actually saw one at the Smithsonian.
I actually did learn about that in history. I remember that. Because I believe the floppy disks.
Alrighty then.
Sorry.
I've got some more reports to try to get floppy disks.
I kept saying next Monday. 2 pounds of hormonal fat every week. Then I found out why Tai Chi indoor walking stops this. I didn't change.
Eventually, Julia is brought into the interrogation room where detectives open with general questions, asking about her family life and hobbies. The goal is simple: get her talking, get her comfortable, and use that trust against her.
I was informed that you like to go by Jasper. Is that accurate? Because I don't want to, Yeah. And what are your pronouns, if you don't mind me asking?
I usually go by he.
He? Okay.
How do you like Matt? Are you and him cool?
I mean, we were fun.
Yeah. Okay. How does Matt and your mom get along? Do they get along pretty good?
I mean, they would argue sometimes, but like it wasn't constant, I guess.
Okay. Okay. And do you have friends? Like, what do you do outside of going to school? Like, what do you do for fun?
Sometimes I draw.
Okay. Do you got a lot of friends outside of your house that you deal with, that you hang out with? Do any friends come over to visit you? Okay.
What kind of things do you like to draw?
Just like random characters from like shows I watch or whatever. Nothing like crazy.
Okay, like what kind of shows?
I don't know, just from random things, whether it's like anime or cartoons or whatever.
Yeah, I saw a lot of things in the house, some things in the house in your living room. That was about you?
Most of it, yeah.
Yeah. And you got talent, so.
I could do that. Best I can do is stick figure, for sure. Did you like learn that in art class, or is this something you kind of taught yourself? Have you always been homeschooled?
Since 3rd grade, so basically.
Okay, why is that? Preference from mom, or?
That, and also, that's the year I started to get bullied really bad, so my mom was like, screw this, and pulled me out.
Okay. So what kind of bullying was taking place, like?
Just like name calling and like stupid stuff. One time there was this girl that had lice and was picking on me about it, stupid 3rd grade stuff.
Okay. So the bullying kind of got really bad, and she decided to pull you out. Is it like FLVS? Or some other program that you're in through?
It's like a private school.
Okay, so it's like a school itself. It's not Florida Virtual School or anything like that.
No.
Okay. And so, how often are you seeing Dad?
I don't see him in person.
Okay. Just talking on the phone.
If that.
Why did he shut the phone off? If that's his only form of communication.
I don't know, he just wanted to be a jerk. He's not a very good person.
What do you mean by that?
He's just always been a jerk to me and my mom.
A jerk? Like physically a jerk, or just verbally?
To my mom.
Okay.
Physically to my mom.
Like beating her. Okay. And when did what's your dad's name?
Chris.
When did Chris and your mom separate?
When I was like 12, and we moved back from Louisiana to Florida.
Okay.
With Julia now comfortable, detectives shift their focus, probing for any tension or conflict within the family. What Julia reveals next gives them exactly what they've been looking for, a motive.
I saw that you had run away a couple of times. Is that around the same time?
No, that was longer ago.
Okay, so what was going on when you were getting into arguments and prompted you to run away?
Well, me and her would have a lot of arguments about things, especially over like me being trans. So she'd be like, "You're not a real boy," and blah blah blah, and all, the whole spiel of transphobic stuff.
Okay.
But
She doesn't approve of your lifestyle. She doesn't approve of that.
Would you say
she was like trying to kind of meet me in the middle, but it wasn't really working all that well all the time. She would try to call me child instead of, because it's more like gender neutral rather than kind of meeting in the middle, I guess.
Okay. So, I could tell obviously this frustrated you. Is this a root of a lot of the arguments? Or does it maybe not the root, or ends up being brought up in these arguments?
It's the thing that was brought up a lot in arguments.
Is she misgendering you?
Yeah.
So when you guys are arguing, is she intentionally, calling you she, or not using the appropriate pronouns, or not referring to you as Jasper and referring you as Julia?
And like, actually kind of being like, this is going to be kind of vulgar, but she'd be like, "Oh, you have breasts and blood," and all that, all that bullshit. Kind of shoving it in my face, and I'd yell back, "I know, you don't think I know that?" Because obviously it's kind of painful.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and obviously you experience it in the feminine hormone aspect of things, so of course you're constantly reminded when it's, that time of the month and stuff like that, so I can understand the frustration and the annoyance, really, of her trying to remind you, and you already know that mentally. You already experienced that on a day-to-day basis.
I already beat myself up about it enough. I don't need you doing it too.
Okay. When did you decide that you wanted to transition?
It's not really a thing that... It's hard to explain. It's kind of like, throughout my entire life, I never really thought about... I've never really seen myself as, woman, It's kind of like a thing where I always tried to, push it away and not think about it, because my mom always drilled it into my head that, that's not real, and that's bad, and that's stupid. So I kind of pushed it away for a long time until I couldn't anymore, and I started realizing, I'm having these thoughts and feelings. Why am I having these constantly? Until it started just becoming more and more, and then it's like, okay, I think that there's something going on here,
So when would you say it came to fruition for you? When do you feel like you had your breakthrough moment of when you're like, you know what, this is what I want. I feel best when I identify as a boy. I feel best when I dress this certain way. When do you feel like you came to that?
Well, it's kind of a thing that it's hard to explain when the aha moment was, because it was kind of always a thing.
In the back of your mind?
Yeah, it was kind of always a thing in the back of my mind until it kind of snapped in my head that, all the puzzle pieces are fitting now. And I just denied it for so long because I was
trying to be societal norm.
Yeah, well, more trying to fit into my mom's contorms, because she would always say that, they're dumb and stupid shit like that. No, it's not real. Even if you get the surgeries, it's not real, and things like that.
Is that something you guys had discussed? Getting surgeries and whatnot?
A lot, yeah. And she'd be like, I don't want you to still want a fake and shit like that.
Did he ever try to, parent you?
No, not really. He never really tried to be like dad or anything. He just kind of was hands off, Cause
He's just a couple years older than you, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
how I didn't like it. I mean, I don't really support their relationships, the thing, so I think that's the only kind of like tension that there was between us, because it would always be kind of awkward when it was just me and him in the house, because we wouldn't say to each other. Yeah. Because it's kind of like, I don't really want you here, and it was kind of obvious because I didn't support the relationship at all.
Would you vocalize that to him, or at least around him?
Well, he knew. I mean,
based on conversation with mom or you?
I mean, I would just say it. Like, I wouldn't really care. Like, I wasn't afraid to say it, and I think I made it pretty obvious that I didn't want him around.
Julia describes two major sources of conflict: her mother's lack of support for her transition and her deep disapproval of Kelly's relationship with Matthew, a man 16 years her junior. With a motive now on the table, detectives pivot back to the events of that night, this time looking for inconsistencies they can use against her.
So you're playing Five Nights at Freddy's, you said, and then what happens?
Are we just gonna go through everything?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so basically, I was on my Switch or something, and I remember I was doing something on it, and I look over, and the back door wasn't locked, because when we lock it, it has like this little silver pin that you put into this thing, and it keeps it from opening. And then, like I told you yesterday, I saw a guy coming up to the back window. I knew from before seeing it, there was a hammer by the back of the glass, so I don't know if I guess my survival instincts or something kicked in, and I just immediately grabbed both my dogs. And you know that there's the big ass dog and the little dog, so I can only focus my energy on getting the both of them into my room and hiding. Okay. So I hide in my room, right, and the dogs are barking and whatever, because, sorry, I'm just recollecting.
Yeah, all the traumatic event. I can't even imagine.
So when he shows up, is your parents there yet? Is your mom and Matthew there yet?
No, they're still out.
Okay.
Nightcrawler lets you snag great last-minute deals on hotels, so you can say yes to family bonding.
Is your parents there yet? Is your mom and Matthew there yet?
No, they're still out.
Okay.
I just try and listen, see if he's coming towards my door or where he's going, but I hear him walking around and stuff, and just kind of.
So you're seeing him. So are you do you know that does this guy look like a male? The suspect does look like a male?
I don't know. I'm just assuming.
Okay. Can you tell if he was white or black?
If I had to guess, maybe black.
Okay. So when you go in the room, you can hear him in the living, moving around the house?
Yeah, I can hear him walking around.
Did he ever come up to your bedroom door?
He might have gotten close, but he never wiggled the door handle or anything, because the dogs were still barking like crazy. I'm thinking that he didn't want to come in the room because there's barking dogs, and you don't know if they're gonna bite you or attack you or whatever, I guess.
Okay. What happens next? Do your mom come home and dad come home at some point?
My dad's in Texas.
Matthew, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
I came home.
Okay. So walk me through that.
That's when I heard the loud banging that I assumed was gunshots or something, and yelling.
Who was yelling?
I think Matthew was yelling.
What was he yelling?
I think it was something along the lines of stop or something.
Are you familiar with firearms?
I think I'm certified.
And did it sound like gunshots to you?
Yeah.
Was it bang, 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 bang? Or was it bang, 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 bang,
The
bang.
second one.
So after you get the gunshots, what happened? What do you do?
I was too scared to leave for a while. I didn't know if he had left or if he was gonna try and come in the room next. Or...
So you say you wait for a while in your room? Huh?
Yeah.
About how long do you wait?
Another hour, I don't know.
Okay.
Somewhere around there. When I actually came out, the first thing I saw was blood on the ground. I looked to the left and that's when I saw Matthew on the ground. I'm sorry, I'm trying to kind of gather as many details I can remember about this. And
yeah, take your time.
I remember I walked around a lot because I was kind of panicking and kind of like trying to understand what was happening because it was a lot of blood and...
With Julia's story fully on record, detectives decide it's time. Home surveillance footage and blood splatter analysis gathered prior to the interview had already made her version of events impossible. They know she did it. Now they lay it all out in front of her, confronting her lie by lie, with one goal in mind: a confession.
To be quite honest with you, we don't believe that this is how this happened, okay? All right. We looked over this crime scene, and there's things in this crime scene that's not adding up with what you're saying. Now listen, because I don't believe the story about someone coming into the house, okay? There's evidence that shows that. We looked at your surveillance camera, okay? We don't see nobody coming through that back door. We see bloody footprints inside the dining room area in front of the rear sliding glass door underneath the glass. That blood should be on top of the glass. I'm gonna ask you straight up, okay? Are you the reason why? Did you hurt your parents today, your mom and Matthew? And if you did, was there a reason why you had to do it?
You expressed to us, you know, your frustrations with them misgendering you, them not accepting you, understanding you, and those are all valid and human nature. You know, I would be upset if someone was, you know, calling me something that I'm not, or calling me a name that I'm not, or calling me a boy and I very clearly identify as a girl. You know, that would offend me. At the end of the day, you know, we are here. This is reality. He just laid out to you the things aren't adding up. And if there's something that took place between you guys and some sort of argument and they came at you or whatever the case may be, that's your story and that's your side to tell.
Did you hurt your mom and Matthew today?
I thought Pilates was easy. I was so wrong.
Everyone thinks that. Come on, babe. 2 more reps.
Theoretically speaking, let's say what you're saying, that it was, theoretically speaking, let's say that it was me, right? What?
So Josh, I'm going to be honest with you, it's not really theoretical at this point. Everything he just stated to you is telling us that something happened that you're not telling us, right?
So you're basically saying that I'm the culprit?
We're not saying that at all. But evidence shows us on surveillance cameras, it shows them walking into the house. It shows nobody in the backyard. It shows nobody breaking into the house.
The way the camera is angled.
100%. But someone would be seen either hopping the fence, coming around the fence, whatever. And you know that. You know that the camera is angled a certain way. You know that you can walk out that sliding glass door and go undetected.
Yeah, and that's an interesting point you just made. So this is why we know especially we've seen a lot of crime scenes.
You're saying there's a blind spot between the 2 cameras, and the way that they're angled makes it obvious.
Yeah. But
someone would have to know that. Someone would have to know that there's a blind spot there. Someone that's not random, that's not randomly coming to your back door and breaking the back door unbeknownst. This person would have had to have known the way the camera's set up only by viewing it from an app, right? You can't really tell.
You see it from the outside of the house.
Sure, but you can't see the exact scope. There's wide lenses. You don't know exactly what it's doing, but guess who does? Guess who just pointed that out? You do. So the only thing that makes sense in this instance here is that if this random person that you're saying came up to the back sliding glass door would have had to known that there was something to break the door, they would have had to come into the house and known that there was firearms inside the house, ammunition inside the house to use to then kill your mom and Matthew. For what reason? And then not only that,
at no point do they ever go to your door. And if you think he's worried about some dogs and he has a gun, he ain't worried about no dogs. Okay? So that didn't make sense right there. All right? I was just about to say, what if it was you that did this?
I'm saying theoretically.
Okay.
Theoretically what?
What?
You said that get it off your chest and whatever, but it's like, that's not how that works. It's...
Of course, it's not going to go away that quick. It's not. But you gives us a reason, because other people are going to look at this interview. And they're going to want to know, is this a monster over here, or is this somebody who made a terrible mistake? Did either Matthew or your mom, did any one of them try to do anything to you when they came home? Huh?
No.
Okay. So what happened?
where are you at in the house when they get home? Because we know you were not in your bedroom.
I don't understand how you can say that, how you know I'm not in my bedroom. How would you know that?
So your bedroom door is closed, correct? At the time this incident took place. The way that the blood spatter is projecting suggests that maybe that wasn't the exact case. You made a comment earlier about silence being really loud. It's happening right now. And even though you're not saying it with your mouth, your silence is saying it as loud.
Julia.
I apologize, Jasper.
Jasper, right. Did you shoot your mom and Matthew today?
You're basically saying that I did, so do you even need my answer?
At this point in the interrogation, the audio is mysteriously redacted, but according to the probable cause affidavit, Julia confesses. She admits to waiting for her mother and Matthew to arrive home with a gun in her hand and a knife in her pocket. When they walked through the door, she allegedly said, "Welcome home," before opening fire on them. Matthew pleaded with her to stop. She didn't. When it was finally over, she staged the entire scene herself before picking up the phone to call 911. Julia Egler was ultimately charged with 2 counts of first-degree premeditated murder. Her case has since remained out of the public eye.